When your inner voice says no, you say yes. And here's why. So I've always been a terribly shy, reclusive person. My life was this endless cycle where I would gain a little bit of confidence, get out of my comfort zone a bit, and then I'll run right back in because I was such a coward. And this went on for a long time. It became such a huge part of my personality that it even morphed onto my university plans, which was to study abroad. And it was never discussed, it was never agreed, but we accepted it as a fact and I was too scared to change it, so I didn't bother. However, there would be two important events in my life which will change my way of thinking forever. So the first was a summer camp. It took place 3 years ago in Berlin, Germany, and initially I was ready to say no. My inner voice was screaming at me, it's gonna be terrifying. It's gonna be kids from all over the world. They're gonna be so different from you. They're gonna be so mean to you. You're gonna be traveling all alone. 12 hours on a plane alone? You can't take it. It's gonna be outside of Asia. You've been in Asia your whole life. You should be in Asia your whole life. You can't do this. But I decided that I'm gonna give it a shot. And I did. And it ended up being one of the best things that's happened to me. I met people from fascinating cultures all over the world who, even though they're so different from me, they're kind of like me. Even though it was terrifying to be alone at first, I ended up being a lot more independent from it. And when I got back, I was ready to study abroad. I decided, why wait till university? I'm ready to study abroad right now. And so I went to America for my first exchange year. The second milestone ended up being quite recently. It was also a summer camp. This time, instead of extravagant countries, it was in Vietnam. And it was in Thắc. And when I was met with the opportunity, once again, I was ready to say no. This time, I wasn't terrified, but I wasn't excited. My inner voice was telling me, it's gonna be so boring. It's kids from Vietnam, you're from Vietnam. There's nothing different about this. This is a waste of time. You're gonna be living in a dorm in the countryside. Like, that's a waste of time. Just give it up. But I decided that, hey, the last time I said no, that was a very important part of my life, and it was the best thing that happened to me. So I said yes, and it was one of the best things that happened to me. I met kids from all over Vietnam. I met kids from Bến Tre, from Gia Lai, from Thái Bình, who, even though they were so different from me, we all shared the same dreams, the same aspirations, and we shared the same hopes. And when I got back, I decided that before I travel to all these extravagant countries, I have to explore myself. I have to explore my roots and my homeland. And so I decided to take a little bit of time off and just focus on developing a culture identity and learning to embrace my culture. And so, while my first milestone, I opened my eyes to the world, my second milestone opens my mind to my own country. I learned more during that 6 days than I did in almost 15 years of life. And so, next time when my inner voice tells me to say no, I'm gonna say yes, because who knows? It might lead me to my third milestone. It might help me unleash another passion. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, share. I hope you have a nice day.